Okay, so Dan, it's good to see you. We're welcoming everybody to the Inner Sanctum, the home changing room. Not many people have seen this area. And we've got a few things to cover. So, firstly, we'll answer a few questions and statements that have been flying around on the social media since Saturday's game against Gresford. Namely, and quoting one of them, Buckley looked lost and had no answers. Certainly not what I saw peering into the gloom through the camera on the sidelines. And I think you've got some stats that might throw a different light on that opinion.
I think first of all, with things like that, I don't really pay much attention to subjective opinions. I didn't actually see that one, but yeah, I don't think it's quite what happened. We've watched the game, I think between me and Al, I think we've watched it probably 5 or 6 times. And we thought on the day, on Saturday, that we did pretty well in the game and created some good chances. And watching the footage only confirmed that, really. I think we had around 14 attempts at goal, not all on target, but 14 attempts nonetheless. We obviously hit the bar a few times. I think it's 5 times hit the crossbar, which in my time, I don't even think playing, I'd ever played in a team that hit the bar 5 times.
We counted 7 from the sidelines, 5 on the bar and hit the post twice.
Oh yeah, well maybe it did, yeah. But certainly from watching the game back, we created a number of really good opportunities. We got to the final third through some good build-up, especially in the first half. I thought we were brilliant in the first half. From sort of minute 15 onwards, we were really, really good. Probably the best we played in a while. And I feel like if we had got an equaliser before half-time, we probably would have gone on to win the game. We've had Danny's header off the line, Scott's had a follow-up, which he should have scored from. Danny again's hit the bar of a header. So many opportunities really in the first half, especially. Second half was a little bit more even. I think Gresford were probably a little bit tighter to us, which gave us less space to play in. And they stopped us a little bit, but even then, Connors hit the bar in the second half and then followed up with a chance for himself a couple of minutes later from a short corner, which, he's been scoring them all season, so we can't really be too harsh on Connor especially. Ace has hit the bar just before they've scored the second goal. So, when we found that we were missing them chances, I hear this phrase a lot, it's like sometimes in football you have one of them days. I've never really come across that before until Saturday for a team that I've been involved with. So it was a harsh lesson really on how we need to take our chances, especially when we're on top in the game. But in general, no, we were really, really pleased with the way we played. As I said, created numerous opportunities. Alex hit the bar in the first half from a brilliant piece of play by Connor down the right-hand side.
It was a diving header, wasn't it?
Yeah, which I never thought Bellis would do, but he got on the end of it really well. Good ball in, good run. So everything was right, and then the finish was unfortunately hit the bar, and then I think it hit the post on the way down as well, or whatever happened. I could talk about that game all day. We need to draw a line under it, but importantly improve on the areas where we did struggle a little bit, which there weren't many, but we want to try and fine tune our play. But after a 3-week break, I thought we played pretty well. And there was a couple of players in there that hadn't played for more like 5 or 6 weeks due to serving a 1-match suspension against Llanrydder and then having the Bangor City game called off. So there was a couple of lads there that hadn't played for 5 or 6 weeks. So to deliver that performance, I was really proud of. And Gresford have scored at really good times from their point of view. I think they scored in the 9th minute, in the 89th minute. Like I said, if the attempts that we put in on goal were an inch lower, we're scoring 4 goals. So it could have been very different. But we never, and to come away 2-0 defeat was really sore. But there's plenty of things that we know we can take into the next game on Friday, as well as some things which we need to improve on, which we will do tonight and Thursday.
Okay, well, as we're sitting talking now, we're still 4th in the league, and this is roughly a halfway point, depending on which team you are. How would you sum up the season so far?
15 league games played, 15 to go, unless the amount of teams in the league changes between now and the end. So yeah, exactly halfway for us in the league. As much as it pains me to say this, I probably feel like we are where we deserve to be. I would like to be higher. There's been a couple of games this season where we've been leading and, in my opinion, thrown away points. However, on the flip side, there are probably teams out there who we faced this season who believe they should have beaten us from being in winning positions, especially later on in the game. So, as I said, as much as I don't like really accepting that we are where we are and we should be happy with that, it's probably a fair position for us at the moment. You know, we've had games where we've been losing quite late into it and won. But we've also had games where we've been ahead and should have seen the game out. So to be, I think we're on 29 points now after 15 games, is a nice position to be in if you compare it to our previous 2 seasons back in this league, when, you know, with the first season after promotion we finished 8th, and then before the pandemic stopped our last season we were struggling for the majority of the year down the bottom end of the league. So I think it shows the progress that we've made, and the club deserves credit for that, due to how they've supported us as coaches and players to produce better results on the pitch, because there has been a lot of work that's gone in. So yeah, we're happy with the progress. Would I be happier if we had another 5 points on the board? Yes, certainly. But in certain games it could have gone the other way as well. So really positive. You know, we've had a number of new players come into the club this season who have certainly added a lot of value. And I think as well, we've got a number of players who've been with the club for some time who have shown real improvement this year, in how they perform on a match day, how they train away from team training as well. So yeah, we've had a good first half, and the position we're in now is one we haven't found ourselves in, certainly since I've been here in the Cymru North. So we look to make sure that we consolidate that and don't see any drop off in the second half of the season, which starts on Friday night for us in terms of games.
Yeah, because we've got Holywell under the lights on Friday night. It's bound to be a big game, hopefully well supported. How does that impact on the rest of the season? Is it a vital must-win game?
They all are really must-wins. Our goal for every week is to win. So it would be wrong of me to say that it is not a must-win, because it is, and they all are. And we do put pressure on ourselves to win every game. I'm sure every team does. But it's an important fixture for me, having played well in the last 3 games against Holyhead away, Llanrydder at home, and then Gresford away, to make sure that we don't drop our performance levels. I think that's the biggest thing for me going into Friday, is to ensure that we follow up 3 good performances, albeit only 2 good results, with another good performance on Friday, because I think the sign of a good team is the consistency, and we have had that for stints this season, and we have bounced back from disappointments, and we need to do the same on Friday. Holywell are a good team, and I think, you know, you hear the phrase false league position quite a lot in football. Sometimes you can see it, sometimes you can't. I think you could with Holywell at the start of this season. When you look at their first few games, they were leading in all 3 in the first 3 games against Llanid, Lewis, Riffin and ourselves. And they have got good players, and they always have had good players this season. And I think it was only a matter of time before they did find whatever they needed to find to start winning games. And they've been on a really good run over the past couple of months, 2 to 3 months. And I'm not surprised by that. I don't really think anybody who sees their squad would be surprised by that. So we've got to make sure that we're absolutely at our best on Friday, because like I say every single week with this league, if you're not at your best, you're probably not going to win. You may get a point, but very rarely do you win if you don't play really well, is my opinion on it anyway. So it's a game which we need to win for loads of different reasons. We've got 15 league games to go. We're going to try and win them all, and obviously that starts with Friday. And as I said, Holywell are doing really well of late, and they're going to want to make sure they continue in that manner. They'll be coming here with no fear, and they'll be expecting to win, which how this league is, and you know, as I said, we're going to have to play well to make sure we win the game.
So we've got a couple of games coming up over Christmas as well, into the new year, so it's an important period, isn't it?
Yeah, strange as well. As I said, we went 3 weeks without a game, and now we play Friday. We play on the 27th, we play on the 1st, we play on the 5th, and we play on the 8th in the North East Wales Cup. So plenty of fixtures to come, which is nice for us after not playing for 3 weeks. And hopefully, then run of games will provide us with a lot of points and we'll progress in the North East Wales Cup. Is the aim, obviously. So yeah, all tough games as well, because you know you look at Rithing on the 27th. I think they've picked up something like 24 points or something in the last 10 games.
Points for us, aren't they, in the league? So.
Yeah, so you know, really, and that, I think that just shows how football can change, but also how this league can change. We beat Rithing here near the start of the season, and I think they were unbeaten up until that point, and then since that point, they've barely dropped a point. So, you know, it shows how quickly things can change, and how often, again, I just referenced Hollywell. Once a team starts to win, you know, you see an improvement in confidence, and it can quickly go one way or the other. So, yeah, some really good games for us as we, you know, try and improve our league position as the season goes on.
Great, okay. Thank you very much. We'll see you on Friday night, and good luck with the game.
Thank you, Trev.